I'm Cam.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Aaron. We're three brothers who lead extraordinary lives.
Because we live and work in our family zoo.
Caring for endangered animals along with a team of keepers.
And helping wildlife conservation projects around the world. This is One Zoo 3.
Today we're in California, USA, where Aaron is having the best dream ever.
This is the life. Sand, sea lions, and San Diego.
Oh, Aaron, the best big brother in the world, the big kahuna!
Do you want a massage?
I would love a bath.
Oh, I can do bubbles and candles and sea salts and Zen music and rubber duckies.
Oh, sounds lovely. Yeah,
All right.
that, please.
Back in a sec. Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, rise and shine, sleepyhead.
What are you doing? I was having such a good dream. You two were doing everything I asked for once.
Yeah, right, like that would ever happen.
Yeah, that sounds like more like a nightmare to me.
Well, the best part of the dream was that I dreamt that there were no more endangered animals and that they didn't face any more threats.
And that really is something I think we all dream about.
Sadly, for many animal species around the world, the situation is urgent, with numerous species facing threats like climate change, habitat loss, and the illegal wildlife trade.
Well, boys, let's get to work on stopping it.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
We've come to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, a world leader in helping to save species on the brink of extinction.
Here, the dedicated team of wildlife care specialists and scientists work to protect more than 3,000 rare and endangered animals.
And they have plenty of jobs lined up for us to do, as we learn how to care for some of the world's most threatened species.
Tyler sniffs out a crash of white rhinos.
Whew, very fresh. Aaron sticks his neck out with the world's tallest mammal.
Aren't those things cool?
And Cam lends a helping hand to feed a vulture chick.
That was amazing. This is San Diego Zoo Safari Park. This place is absolutely huge and covers an area the size of more than 900 football pitches or soccer pitches if you live in the US.
The best way to see the animals is not actually by helium balloon, but by travelling through their habitats in these safari vehicles.
And right now, I am on my way to meet one of the biggest and most impressive animals that can be found living wild in parts of Africa, the southern white rhino. Rhinos are known for their large horns, with which they use to dig for water, as well as for defending their territories. Sadly, humans kill more than 500 rhinos for their horns every year. And with just 10,000 animals left, the work they do here is vital to help save the species. Hey, Asha, how you doing? Great to see you.
Loving it.
Looking forward to hanging out with some rhinos. Wildlife care specialist Asha has been looking after the 16-strong group here, known as a crash, for more than 5 years. Because rhinos have poor eyesight and can weigh as much as a large family car, they are called a crash for a very good reason.
One thing about rhinos, they are going to charge first and then they're going to investigate. They're big and bad, they're going to be able to get where they need to go.
All this hanging out with rhinos reminds me of a joke, okay?
I can't wait to hear it.
How do you stop a rhino from charging?
You got me.
You unplug him.
Oh, that's actually funny.
It's good, isn't it?
That is a good one.
I say that. With the coast now clear of the crash, it's safe for us to get stuck into the dirtiest job of the day. Nice big dung pile here.
Oh, yes. Nice and stinky.
Cleaning up one of the biggest piles of poop I have ever seen. But this is no ordinary mountain of muck. Rhino loos are so important. They even have a special name, middens. Check this out. Whew, very fresh. As you can see from the poo, bit of their diet, they love hay. In the wild, they'll eat lots of different types of grasses. Now, I might be known as Professor Pooh, but rhinos can tell a lot more than even I can about the coming and goings of these communal loos, as it's where they get all their gossip from.
They would smell this. They would also sometimes smell or even taste urine, and that lets them know everything that's going on with that one specific animal. They're gonna find out who's hanging out with who. Is there a dominant male? Is there a female that's pregnant? Is there someone that's sick?
So this is one of the top ways that rhinos communicate with one another.
Yes, you can think of it like a newspaper. They're reading the daily newspaper.
And the location of the poop in the pile also says a lot about how important the rhino is.
The dominant male rhino will make sure that he poops right in the middle, and if he doesn't want to get his feet all the way dirty, he will poop on the side, and his back legs will start kicking out to make sure that his is on the top so everyone can smell his poop.
Now that the rhinos have had a good old sniff, it's time for the tidy up.
Do you reckon it's all going to fit in this wheelbarrow?
I bet it'll be about 10 trips.
10 trips.
So get steps and a workout.
Excellent. All right.
Nice and dry for you.
Yeah. Oh.
We weighed each of our rhinos' poop, and they poop out about 91 kilos a day.
91 kilos a day. That's heavier than Cameron. One down, 9 to go.
We better hurry up, they're gonna poop again.
Oh, no.
And that they surely will. Whilst I finish this giant pooper scoop, here's Aaron with Fact or Fake.
Allow Asher and I to introduce you to the giraffe, the world's tallest land animal, standing at around 5.5 meters tall, which is even taller than a double-decker bus. They only have 7 bones in their neck, which is the same as us. It's just that their bones are much, much longer. Aren't their tongues cool? A giraffe's tongue is around 50 centimeters long. That's 5 times longer than a human's, and it's believed that purple color actually acts as a natural sunblock. Now, all of these facts that I've been saying so far are 100% correct, but it's now time for today's fact or fake. Giraffes communicate using high-pitched squeaks. So, is that fact or is it fake? Let me know.
Well, I've never heard a giraffe squeal.
That's fake. So fake.
Fake. Fake? They normally talk to each other with just moving their mouth and their tongue.
Those are all really good thoughts, but I can in fact tell you that it's fake. Giraffes do not communicate in high-pitched squeaks. They actually communicate by humming to each other, particularly in the dark. Some biologists believe it's almost like one giraffe going to another one. I know you can't see me, but I'm over here. How cool is that?
After finally finishing clearing up their huge pile of poo, I've come to the Rhino Rescue Centre. To help increase their numbers, the team here are learning all about the different ways that science can help rhino mums have babies. And so far, they have successfully helped breed more than 100 southern white babies, including 1-year-old Neville.
Hello, Neville. How are you? You're adorable.
For healthy babies, you need happy and healthy rhino mums. So here, every day is a spa day.
Come on, girl.
This is so cool.
I'm helping wildlife care specialist Scott give 15-year-old Amani a full-body pamper, starting with a quick feed to check the health of her mouth.
And obviously, as we can see, Scott has a great relationship. Good girl. Thank you very much for being so gentle.
Southern white rhinos have wide, square lips to help them graze on grass, which is where they get their name from.
It's actually a mistranslation. White's from where they're from in Africa,
Really means wide.
and that's why they're a white rhino. There we go.
So, with her wide mouth in tip-top condition, time to turn our attention to her skin, which, despite in places being 5 centimeters thick, can still be surprisingly sensitive. To protect Amani from insect bites and sun damage, we need to apply a covering of clay to her face and feet.
And we're going to focus on the sensitive area here on the forehead, where a lot of the damage is done by the flies. Feels really smooth. Woo! Now, want to make sure I'm doing a good job. Obviously, want to make sure she's nice and protected. Just here?
Yep, yeah. It's another thin spot in her skin. Beautiful.
With some of Amani's more sensitive areas now protected, we can treat the rest of her crash to a good old roll in the mud.
We're about to churn up the wallow and make it an incredible mud bath.
At least one of the rhinos loves it. That's some 5-star spa treatment. And there's even a little bit left over for me.
Beautiful.
Around the world, there are more than 42,000 species under the threat of extinction. But here, to help save those species, the latest science is being used.
Behind me right now is Kurt, a 3-year-old Przewalski horse.
Or P-horse for short.
He is an absolute beauty, isn't he? This horse species are the last true remaining wild horse species in the world and were once found from the very far east of Russia all the way through to Western Europe.
Today, there are as few as 200 left, with many of them being closely related to each other. Every single one is precious, but what makes Kurt such a scientific superstar is that he's actually a clone.
That's right, he's literally a copy of another horse.
You see, scientists were able to take a special sample, known as DNA, from a male P-horse that died long ago, then grow it in an egg to create Kurt, essentially making an identical twin. The hope is that because Kurt is not related to other female horses alive today, he can go on to father lots of healthy babies.
Trying to think about how he came to be is absolutely mind-boggling.
So, to find out more, I'm heading to an area of the safari park that is off limits to the public.
It's known as the Frozen Zoo, and I'm not talking about the place where polar bears and penguins live. This whole thing is like something out of a sci-fi film. So just how cold is this?
The liquid nitrogen is minus 196 Celsius.
Ooh, that's cold.
Can you see that?
It's literally sizzling, but sizzling freezing.
Within these frozen storage chambers are lots of tiny samples of DNA.
Ooh.
Every living thing on the planet has its own unique DNA code. It's like a set of instructions that makes you, you, and me, me. It tells our bodies things such as what height, hair colour, or even eye colour we will have. And by using those DNA instructions, scientists were able to create Kurt. But it's not just P-horse DNA that's stored here.
That says sand gazelle. That's from 1992, and it's actually my writing.
40 years ago, scientists like Marley's started carefully taking different samples from more than 10,000 animals without any harm coming to them, including the Amur leopard, Galapagos tortoise, and a species very close to my heart.
Okay, and here's a special one. This is a northern white rhino. Do you know who that is? A male northern white rhino in the frozen zoo. That's Sudan.
Wow.
Sudan was the very last male northern white rhino, a smaller and slightly less hairy cousin of the southern white that Tyler saw earlier.
that was frozen in 1992, when you probably weren't even walking.
Sadly, Sudan died 5 years ago, leaving just 2 remaining northern white rhinos left in the entire world. His daughter Najin and his granddaughter Fatu.
It's actually a little bit emotional for me to see the cells of Sudan because Ty Cam and I have actually met Najin and Fatu on one of our conservation expeditions to Kenya.
The future may look bleak for the northern white rhino, but now after the birth of Kurt, the cloned peahorse, the frozen zoo has shown that there is still hope.
Because who knows, through amazing methods like this iconic animal species could be brought back from the brink of extinction.
Now it's time for Cute Alert. Who's that peeking out from behind the tree? It's Som, a Matschie's tree kangaroo. Unlike your average grey kangaroo, these cuties spend their days climbing towering trees in the forests of New Guinea Island to the north of Australia.
And I genuinely think they might be the cutest animal I've ever seen.
Som's super soft fur is perfect for keeping her snug and dry in her rainforest home. Oh,
It's just that little nose as well.
we have been learning about saving species on the brink of extinction at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Perhaps one of their greatest success stories is the recovery of a bird local to this area of America, the awesome California condor. And right now, it's feeding time.
We have some trout, we have some ground beef, and they are gonna love it. Hey. Native Americans call these thunderbirds because they believe that their wings created the thunder and their red eyes created the lightning.
Sadly, as a result of habitat loss and hunting, there were just 22 California condors left in the wild in the 1980s. But today, that number has grown to more than 300, and Ron, who I like to call Rondor the Condor King, has helped hand rear more than 140 chicks before releasing them into the wild.
I feel like a professor.
Dr. Cam?
What do you think? Do I suit the doctor vibe?
I'm all dressed up to get hands-on with one very precious condor egg.
And just lift?
Mm-hmm. Pretty dense an egg. Keep that other hand on top. There you go. And if you do drop it, it'll be the first time in 50 years we've had a... Just kidding.
Please don't say that.
Counter.
You should never pick up bird eggs in the wild, but under Ron's supervision, we can check the growth and development of the unborn chick through its shell without harming it by holding it up to a special light.
There you go. Wow. To see the membranes moving in there while the chick is kicking. There's the body.
This is incredible. Right now, this California condor embryo is only 5 to 6 centimeters, but when it's fully grown, it will have a wingspan of 3 meters. That is a lot bigger than me. I can't believe I'm holding a California condor egg. Kind of emotional, like, I feel like I could cry right now.
Once hatched, the condor chick will be hand-fed for around 150 days, which is just what Ron is doing with another endangered bird, a 25-day-old Lappet-faced vulture. So the chicks don't grow too attached to humans before being released into the wild, an unusual gadget is used.
What is really cool is that they actually use a puppet to feed the chick.
Just hold the stick and just, you'll feel a little lever to move the head.
It's wicked. We have to turn the lights off, pretty much so the chick just doesn't see us. And all it sees is its mum.
In the wild, adult vultures and condors are both scavengers, preferring to eat dead animals such as deer, cattle, and even fish. Unlike a feathered head, their bold heads prevent rotting food from sticking to them as they eat.
That was amazing. I can't believe it. Aaron and Tyler are gonna be so envious. I can't wait to tell them.
Well, if that wasn't exhilarating enough, there's just one last thing I want to do. I'm about to get a California condor's view over the safari park.
And we're gonna step up onto block number 2 right here. And 3, 2, and 1, have fun.
Amazingly, condors can soar more than 100 times higher than I am now. That's a dizzying 2.5 miles above the ground. What a view that must be. That was epic. What an incredible day. Oh, it really has been. No wonder Aaron's asleep. Wow. It's been so good to meet all the wildlife care specialists.
I know, I learned all about how they're saving species.
Yeah, like the California condor and how they're bringing it back from the brink of extinction.
And all of the work being done to help rhinos and increase their numbers.
He's definitely asleep, isn't he? Well, there's only one way to find out. Yeah. Oh, face paint. Aaron. Aaron. Oh.